Allemaal filmen?
Ja.
Okay, hello everybody, I'm Martine. Today I want to tell you something about hiking, and more specifically hiking in Norway. Before I start off, I want to know who's ever been hiking, and then not just go for a walk for 2 hours, but really you go walk, you go sleep, and you walk further, and then once you go back. One person? Who's ever been to Norway? Also one person. So I hope that after this presentation you realize that a multiple day hike is awesome to do and that Norway is a perfect country for that. But first I'm going to tell you something about what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to tell a few things. I'm going to tell you why I choose Norway as a country. I'm going to tell you where do you sleep when you do it, when you go hiking, and how to actually hike, and I end up with my conclusion. And I first have a little video to show you exactly what it is like to hike in Norway. I'm not gonna show it all because then it takes too long. But you got a great example of the views you get, and that's also for my start off podcast, why Norway? Norway is a country which has a lot of nature, as you can see on this picture, and it's beautiful to see. When you go hiking, you really have the opportunity to see it all, and that's what I love the most about it, and an extreme calmness in the nature, because around here in the Netherlands and in France, wherever you are, constantly people, and that's not like that in Norway. And right here you can see me. First time I went hiking when I was 8. It was nice, it was lovely, and you see a lot of different things, including animals like reindeers, which are also nice to eat. I don't know if anybody has ever eaten reindeer meat, but it's lovely. And that's why I choose Norway as a country. Next up, I'm going to tell you something about where do you sleep when you go hiking. Because that's basically a thing, because if you go for multiple days you have to sleep, of course. And in Norway you have 2 different options. You can choose to stay in a cabin, which they make along the road of hiking, and then you have to book them beforehand. And then when you go, you walk from one cabin to another, and then you sleep and you eat and do things like that. Or you can choose for the more freedom kind of way, I would say, and it's a tent. The down thing about it is that you have to carry a tent with you, which is way more heavier. But you have your own choice of the road you're gonna take. You can choose where you're going, where you're gonna sleep. You have total freedom. So that's where you can sleep. And next up is the how to hike. Because I think everybody knows for hiking you have to walk like step for step. But that's totally different while hiking. Even though you still walk, you have to think about a lot of things besides it. The most important thing are the clothes. Especially in Norway, it's not warm. Not really, it can be warm, but most of the time it's not. So the kind of clothes you should have should be prepared for every kind of weather. You should have sun, you can have cold, you can have rain, and you do not want to walk in the rain and get totally drowned and get sick while you're in the middle of your hike, because that's just not nice. And then you have the food. That's a little bit tricky thing, because you don't want to take too much food that is too heavy, but you do want to eat enough because you have to keep your energy. So this is typical hiking food. M&M's is part of it. It's just like, I always like to call it astronaut food. It's small things that give you a lot of energy and fill your stomach. Besides food, you of course have drinking, because if you don't drink enough, you get dehydrated. And then you have the most ugly things of the whole hiking thing, the bag and the shoes. They're not nice, they're not fashionable, but they're needed. Especially in Norway, you cannot go hiking without good shoes, because they will break. Your foot will go hurting, you get blasters all over your feet, and that's not what you want when you're in the middle of a hike and you gotta go back. And the bag, well, a good bag makes sure you don't get back problems, and you can carry everything with you and will not be too heavy all the time. And that's really important, because without it you will be totally lost. And then I will say at the end, you really should just enjoy the kind of views you get in Norway from hiking there. And last up, I'm gonna do a quick summary once again, and I'll tell you what I was told already. So what's the most important thing? Well, the most important thing is to bring clothes, to bring food, and for me it is to realize that you're somewhere where you're probably never going to see before and you have the calmness around you. You should enjoy the views and the animals. That's a reindeer. You should not shoot it and eat it. That's what they do in the restaurants, and you've got those small houses everywhere where you can stay, or you can stay in the tent. And Leslie, thank you all, and hope that I've pursued you to go hiking for multiple days in Norway. And if there are any questions, feel free to ask them.